Welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina Motor Speedway going to be the event here tonight. Most people, when you think of the Charlotte Motor Speedway, you think of the NASCAR guys, the top-notch guys coming to battle it out here from Charlotte. Tonight, a different type of top-notch talent going to take to the racetrack here from Charlotte, as you see those guys out there practicing right now. Tonight here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, we got the Northren Graffix 75. I will be your host here tonight. My name is Roger Muth. I'll be behind the scenes pushing all your buttons, bringing you all the live action here for the Salt Flat Racing League. Salt Flat Racing League tonight going to put on one heck of a show here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is the IROC series here for the Salt Flat Racing guys. It's an iconic series. Anybody who's old enough remembers the old IROC series back from the 80s, the 90s, even the early 2000s. The likes of Dale Earnhardt, Dale Jarrett, Christian Fittipaldi, a whole bunch of open wheel guys, Rolex 24 stock car drivers. Even the great Steve Kinzer once had drove an IROC. And now we have the likes of Cole Day, Timothy Smith, Robert Duvendak, Chris Brown, Troy Lent, Jason Dobbs, Doug Ungary, and even Willie Evernham. Bunch of top-notch drivers have all joined together here on Wednesday nights on MaxSpeedTV to drive the IROC series. Well, we talk about the IROC series and a bunch of top-notch drivers out there tonight. We have one of the drivers out there who's actually pretty close up there in the points. Let's go through your points real quick before we even get to that. Right there on screen, your Salt Flat IROC point standings after 2 rounds. This is round 3 here at Charlotte. Timothy Smith has a 15-point lead over Jason Dobbs. And talking about Jason Dobbs, we'll get to him in a moment. But we have him up in the booth here with us, giving a little spotlight out there tonight. Jamie Leach finds himself 16th in the point stand, 16 points out of your points lead. Danny Valenzuela is 18 points back in your 4th position. Robert Duvendak is 5th in the points, only 22 points out. Matt Grobelny, after last week's win, finds himself moving all the way from the bottom of the point standings up to 6th, 24 points out of the lead. Doug Ungary finds himself 7th. Donald Bennett and his teammate Josiah Millen are 8 and 9 on the chart. Hunter Conley finds himself in 10th. Troy Lent is 11th there in points, 33 points out. Timmy Valenzuela is 12th, 36 points out. Willie Evernham finds himself 13th, and Cody Levitt finds himself 14th in the points. J.P. Brennan, last week's spotlight driver, not having the week he wanted last week, finds himself 15th now in points after a dismal performance last week. Jeff Bergner finds himself 16th, Jay Steffi 17th, Colton Farrow there 18th, Cole Day 19th, and Chris Brown finds himself in the 20th position. But as we were talking about one of those drivers out there on track, I believe we have caught up with him, but this is the portion of the show that's going to be brought to you here by the Northren Graffix. Anybody looking for a paint scheme, head on over to Lloyd Saunders, one of the drivers out here with Salt Flat Racing. He can hook you up with anything you need. But now it's the time that this guy has been waiting for. He's been asking. The man, Jason Dobbs. So it's get to know your driver here with Jason Dobbs. Jason, you got a copy?
Yeah, Roger, I got you, buddy.
Well, Jason, we got you here on screen. We're just going to give you a quick shout out that I know you've been waiting, and all your fans who are out there tuning in have been waiting. We got a nice driver suit there, don't you?
Oh, yes, sir. You better believe it. Tennessee all the way.
Well, Tennessee all the way, if you will. But, Jason, you're a driver out of the Tennessee area. You like your Tennessee Vols. Tell us a little bit about that obsession that you have there.
Well, I've been a Tennessee fan since I was a kid, and I'll give you a real short life story history. My granny and papa both passed away, and they were huge Tennessee fans, and that made me become bigger Tennessee fans than I ever could, and I just love it a lot.
Well, the Tennessee Volunteers are actually having a great season right now in basketball. Are you more of the basketball fan for Tennessee, or are you more of a follower for the football?
I love Tennessee basketball, but there's nothing like Tennessee Saturday in Neyland Stadium, running through the tee, the checkerboards, singing Rocky Top. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, are you going to sing Rocky Top tonight?
Yeah, if I put it in victory lane.
Well, if you put it in victory lane, you all out there in chat here over on YouTube and over on iRacing.com, you heard it here. Jason Dobbs is going to sing Rocky Top if he wins here tonight from Charlotte. Jason, tell us a little bit about your background in racing. I believe you said you have actually done some real-life racing, and now you find yourself here with the virtual racing simulator of iRacing.
Yeah, I drove in Crossville, Tennessee. I drove a front-wheel drive car for around 7 years. I was a Tennessee state champion in 2008. We went all over Tennessee racing just dirt cars, and it was fun. But you have kids, and you gotta try something different. So this is what come up next.
Yeah, the kids part, I understand that. My wife and I are due in July, so we'll get to that point a couple months from now. But tell us about your adventure here to iRacing. How did you find iRacing, and what aspects of it can you relate over to driving, on an actual track?
I raced, I think it was the NASCAR 2003 simulation racing game with a group called, No Fear Racing League. I think it was No Doubt Racing League. And then they were talking about iRacing, and I jumped on it. Really, I got out of it, and I just got back into it about a year ago. And the difference is, I'll tell you this, there's a guy that drives a dirt late model from Crossville, and he's pretty good at what he does. He struggles on the video game, and it's just something you got to figure out, and you can handle it. So it's fun, and I love it.
Yeah, you just called it a video game itself. Now, is this more of a game to you as you have the driver aspect, or do you find this more of a simulator?
I find it as a simulator. I think personally, because you actually gotta will the car. Throttle control is a huge thing that I figured out on this game, and the draft is so for real. Like I can imagine what a NASCAR driver feels like driving for 4 hours out there drafting. I could never do it.
4 hours, that is a stretch. But some of these guys out there, they for the likes of Robert Duvendak, Cole Day, Cody Levitt, a lot of those guys are road course racers out here, and they've run 24 hours at Daytona, 24 hours at Le Mans. I mean, we're only going 75 laps here tonight, but it's still going to be one heck of a struggle to hang on to these things.
Yeah, I think so. I think the tire wear is going to fall off real fast. I was running in practice earlier, and it felt like it was going to fall off. So that's going to be pretty fun to handle. I just hope that I can just be patient and just stay out of everybody's way.
So now you're coming into this season here for the first inaugural season for Salt Flat Racing. What were your goals coming in, and did you know anybody that was actually running in the league that brought you over, or was this a whim of a moment kind of thing? Did you just kind of walk into it?
I walked into it. I saw it on Facebook, I think, and I'm pretty sure I messaged Matt, and that he's the one that got me in. And I knew absolutely nobody until, just a few guys I've been messaging on Facebook here and there, and everybody seems pretty laid back, so I enjoy it and I love it. I'm ready to go.
Well, you're ready to go, so we'll let you actually get back out there and turn a couple laps. Thanks for taking a moment coming up here and talking with us in the booth for the segment here from the Northren Graphics Design. Get to know your Salt Flat racers. Jason, good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll get to hear you sing Rocky Top at the end of this one.
Hey, I appreciate it. Go Vols!
There you heard it from the driver of the 985, Jason Dobbs. Kind of just found the league on a whim, but you also found out that he's from Tennessee and one huge Tennessee Vols fan. So hopefully maybe later tonight, Jason Dobbs will be able to put that 985 in victory lane. We'll hear him sing Rocky Top towards the end of this one. But time's running down here in your practice session. Right now, it looks like Cody Levitt, Cole Day are at the top of your boards with Timothy Smith right there in your third position. Josiah Millen's fourth on the practice charts, followed by Robert Duvendak. That's your top five right now in practice. Coming up here in just about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, we got qualifying for the Salt Flat IROC Series. Also here tonight on the MaxSpeedTV YouTube, you got Racing for a Cause, the K&N Series broadcasted by the man KR Sulfus himself. Tomorrow night, the USRA, the XRS Xfinity Series. They are coming down to the end of that season. I believe that will be the finale race tomorrow. You can catch that broadcasted by Rudy Cummings himself. Upstate Racing Pro Late Model Series, you can catch that tomorrow night also over here on MaxSpeedTV YouTube. That'll be broadcasted by not only myself, along with Kelly Dahl and KR Stolfus as the producer behind the scenes there. That's all coming up later on, but just in under 2 minutes now here, we will get to your qualifying. Before we get to qualifying, let's throw your pre-race stats up here on the screen. There you see it. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina at Concord here. Well, it's Concord, USA. I guess it's Charlotte Motor Speedway, you really should say. It's partly cloudy. Air temp is 78 degrees. Track temp is at 79, but look for that possibly to drop as we are going to be driving into the night here. Tire window tonight at Charlotte, 12 to 16 laps. After that, you're going to start to fall off real bad. You're going to see that inside lane most likely go away, and it might migrate to a middle to a top groove track. 25 to possibly 28 laps on fuel, 50 miles per hour on pit road. So if we get you see any green flag pit stops here tonight, you're going to have to watch to make sure everybody's minding their P's and Q's and not speeding. Well, we're going to step away with just over a minute here. We're going to get the national anthem, and we will bring you qualifying live here on MaxSpeedTV for the Salt Flat Racing League's the IROC Series.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, race fans. Qualifying has just begun on screen. You see the 000s of Tim Smith himself. Tim being able to pull off that win from Daytona. If everybody remembers that 5-wide pass that he made, what an outstanding, one of the, I guess you want to use the term, a ballsy move by the 000s of Tim Smith, but he made it work going down the backstretch. He came out victorious out here tonight, now putting in his first qualifying lap here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. I believe my last count was we had 25 drivers here join the lobby to take on Charlotte and the night times. You see the sun is starting to set here. So let's see as Tim Smith's going to come off turn number 4 here, see what kind of lap time he's going to be able to put in. Let's see, Tim Smith being able to go, looks like 37.97 on his first lap, as you saw him running that outside line, so he's really putting all his money on his second lap. So we'll check back with him after that. Looks like right now Jeff Bergner also out here on track in the number 21, that maroon IROC, who finds himself in that 4th position with a 37.46 right now. Jeff Bergner, one of those Salt Flat County jail workers out there towards the Utah area, runs pavement sprint cars out in California and along over there in Utah. So you got a little bit of demographic, a little bit of background on every driver out here. You got a little bit from all sorts of platforms, as you see Jeff Bergner go 3rd on the speed charts, and that 000 there of Timothy Smith going to the top. Jamie Leach is going to find himself coming in there in 2nd now with a 37.033 on his 2nd lap. That was his best lap. Let's see who also out here. We got Chris Brown, the man that a lot of people know here from iRacing. Chris is a very big dirt racer. Pretty much you know, right along the roots of Timothy Smith. Anytime you put him in a dirt car, you pretty much have to watch out because he's quick. That is for sure. And he takes nothing from nobody and usually winds up putting him up at the front. First lap there, or that was his warm-up lap, I believe, there for the number 1 of Chris Brown, so he has not put in a time just yet. Loud Pedal Duvendak out there. He goes 5th on the speed chart, so now put Duvendak there in 5th. Willie Evernham finds himself 6th. Jeff Bergner has been bumped all the way back to 7th. Jason Dobbs put in a time out there. He went up to the 3rd position. We did not see that lap out there, but he went to 3rd now. So it's Timothy Smith, Jamie Leach, Jason Dobbs, and about a minute and 40 left, and only a handful of drivers who have not put in a time yet. There comes Chris Brown across the timing and scoring. Chris Brown will go 16th on the board. Doug Ungari out here. Doug Ungari walking away with a 3rd place finish when we were back there at Daytona. He followed Timmy Smith there to the inside to make it 5 wide and ran right around everybody. See where Doug Ungari can put his time. You see there's an R next to Ungari's name. That, you know, pretty much signaling and telling all your fans out there that those guys are rookies. It is their first year here with the IROC series, so you will see a lot of R's out there. They may be a rookie here in the Salt Flat Racing League, but does not mean they're a rookie on iRacing. Doug Ungari's been a stable out there running a lot of dirt also. He finds himself to be more of a dirt guy, but over here on the pavement side, just along with Smith and Brown. We were talking about Chris Brown. Chris Brown went up to 4th now on the speed charts. Cody Levitt also out here on the track. Right now, 8th there for the 38, the Deeper Darker Dew team. You notice all the Deeper Darker Dew teammates will be out there in purple, as you see Cody is with about a minute and 33 left. It looks like Cody is going to work on some pit runs. His teammate out there, though, the 37 of Cole Day, finds himself a little down on the speed charts. And see if he moves up there. He moves up on his 2nd lap. He's going to go to 3rd quickest now with a 37.030. So now you got Timmy Smith, Troy Lent, Cole Day rounding out your top 3. Looks like pretty much everybody but 2 drivers have put in a qualifying attempt. The 54 of Orlando Rivera has not put in a qualifying attempt here from Charlotte, nor has the triple twos of Ed Hewitt. Both those drivers not out on track, as you see the checkered flag waving. So that's going to signal that Timmy Smith is going to walk away here with your LFDO Motorsports Pole Award. So congratulations to Timmy Smith as he walks away with the pole. I believe that's 2 weeks in a row now that driver of the 000, Timmy Smith, has put her on the pole here. Well, as these guys are about to start gridding up here, we'll see if we can work you through your Next Level Racing starting grid. Anybody looking for any sim racing cockpits, wheel stands, pedal stands, seats, head on over to Next Level Racing. Tell them that Salt Flat Racing sent you. Tell them that Roger over here at MaxSpeedTV also put in the word. Everybody just go hit up Next Level Racing. They have literally the next level product for you. So once again, congratulations to Timmy Smith walking away with that LFDO Motorsports Pole Award. You see him right there. Right along next to him is going to be the 023 of Troy Lent. Starting behind them, the 37 of Cole Day is going to roll off in your 3rd position. 4th going to go to the 88 of Jamie Leach. The number 1 of Chris Brown is going to start in your 5th position. And the Spotlight Driver of the Week, Jason Dobbs, in the 985, going to start 6th. 7th position going to go to the 51 of Liam Sheen. The number 12 of Robert Duvendak going to roll off in your 8th position. 9th position, the 38 there of Cody Levitt. And rounding out your top 10, the 25 of Fadi Chamez. The 91 of Willie Evernham going to start in your 11th position. The 21 of Jeff Bergner starting right next to him in the 12th position. 13th position going to go to the 62 of Colton Farrow. 14th, the 97 of William Crossland. The 00 surprise Doug Ungari going to start in your 15th spot. JP Brennan in the 09 going to start 16th. 17th going to go to the 31 of Donald Bennett. And right alongside him, the number 40 of Josiah Millen. Starting in your 19th position going to be the 04 of Danny Valenzuela. Starting in the 14 machine, rookie out here, Ryan Carlson, going to start 20th. 21st going to be the 05 of Timmy Valenzuela. Alongside him going to be the number 77 of Kerry Chim. Starting in your 23rd position, the 707 of Michael Whitaker. And starting in 24th, the 222s of Ed Hewitt. Rounding out your 25 car field here from Charlotte, going to be the 54 of Orlando Rivera. As you see these guys working down the backstretch for their first time, getting a little look here at all these cars out there. You notice all the cars have different paint schemes, bright colors, some of them have dark colors, but that's how the IROCs were. If anybody remembers how the IROC series where everybody got one color and that's what they had. Seeing all these cars out there on track, they look like a bunch of M&Ms, possibly even a couple Skittles out there running around as we're about to get ready for green flag action here. See that pace car pulling off. Now it's going to be in the hands there of the 000s of Timothy Smith. Whenever Timmy decides to go, and there's the green flag, we're racing here from Charlotte for the Northern Graffix 75 as Timmy Smith heads off down into turn number 1. Troy Lent, though, also getting a great start at the top of the top line there. It doesn't have any drafting help as you see the 37 of Cold Day all over the back bumper there of the 000 of Timmy Smith. Going to see these guys probably spread out and try and work quite a few laps here as they want to see a lot of green flag laps. Look at those guys all down the backstretch, still 2x2. 2x2 as they work down into number turns 3 and 4. Timmy Smith has that inside lane advantage. Right now, the inside lane is possibly going to be where you want to be, and he finds himself parked down there on that white line with Cold Day right behind him. Lap number 1 going to go in the books here. Timmy Smith going to lead the first lap from Charlotte. Right now is for that second position as Cold Day came off turn number 2 there, a little bit loose there on that inside lane. That's going to allow Troy Lent to kind of get door to door with him. So far, no big movers through the field right now. Got a little bit of a 3-wide action back there with the 31 of Donald Bennett and the 21 of Jeff Bergner. They kind of worked it out. Jeff decided to back off just a little bit. Another tricky portion of this track is going to be really coming through this tri-oval. As if you're really tucked up underneath a driver, you come through the tri-oval, you might not be able to quite see your turning points of where you want to turn in. And that could possibly spell disaster for a lot of these guys. Right now, Donald Bennett, though, started in the 17th position, now running in 14th, right ahead of Jeff Bergner. But the man who's still out front, the 000s of Timothy Smith, drives also for the Wicked Cushion, also along with Casey Kane Racing, so good to see him out here. Like we said earlier in the show, drivers from all platforms across the board here to run the IROC series. You hear the tires pretty much squealing away on these machines. Only 3 laps in the books, working lap number 4. He's kind of seeing a couple of the guys out towards the back kind of work single file. You're also notice out there on track, any guy that has a similar paint scheme like the 000s of Timothy Smith and the number 12 of Robert Duvendak, that signals that those guys are teammates, and you're going to most likely see them work together at some point through the night here. They worked really good the past 2 weeks over at Daytona, and then again last week. Still side by side for your first 4 rows here. 2x2, no 3-wide racing just yet towards the front as we're working lap number 5 out of the 75 scheduled. Timmy Smith still finds himself out front. Same song, same dance at the front here. Timmy Smith to the inside with Troy Lent on the outside. Cold Day pushing Timmy Smith on the inside, and Jamie Leach in that bright highlighter yellow 88 machine to the outside. Behind Jamie Leach, he's got the 12 of Robert Duvendak, and to the inside, the number 1 of Chris Brown. Timmy Smith's been able to hold on here and lead all the 5 green flag laps. As you see, one of the drivers, it looks like the 51 of Liam Sheen, was down there on the apron. Willie Evernham also going down to the apron. Donald Bennett down there. A lot of those guys trying to utilize possibly staying below the white line right now with that left front, getting a little bit of an extra mechanical turn out of the cars. But once we start heading towards 10 laps into this event, you're going to start seeing that inside lane really go away. I know Tim Smith and I were out there door to door for quite a few laps over the weekend, and he was running the inside lane and I was running the outside lane, and he was saying towards 15 laps into that run, he was giving it all he could just to kind of hold that car down to the bottom. These are heavy stock cars, only about a 7.5-inch wide tire on the back of them, only produce about 350 horsepower, 400 if you're lucky on a cold night, I would say. And the tires are just taking a beating. You can see Cold Day there get a big shove from Chris Brown going into the turn. You see him all sorts of out of shape on the inside lane. A lot of times these drivers say these cars are a lot quicker when they're side by side, as you saw right there though. Cold Day going to lose ground now. 7 laps in the books here though from Charlotte. See Liam Sheen really making a big move towards the middle there. Looked, he was on the bottom, then he really swung her to the outside. Jason Dobbs now going to go to the inside. He was running on the outside, so put Dobbs now to the inside there. Dobbs still running in that 7th position. Started sick, lost 1 position, but still early on in this race. So far, every time by at the stripe, the number, or if you want to call it a number, the 000s of Timmy Smith has been able to lead all 8 laps there. Troy Lent just not able to get the momentum right now off turn number 4 to get around him. He gets to his door, but unable to get around him. You see 2 packs starting to form up right now. It looks like you got the pack up here towards the front, and that's going to have 17 cars. Then you got to come back here. Fadi Chavez is the last car hanging onto this front pack. Then Ed Hewitt's leading this backpack. Oh, as you saw, a little contact with Doug Ungari, and I believe that might have been Orlando Rivera as Kerry Chim comes in. That's going to bring out our first yellow of the night here from Charlotte. Let's see if we're going to be able to go back and see exactly what happened with Doug Ungari. So here on lap number 10, going to bring out our first caution flag. Let's go overhead here. You see Timmy, that's the 05 of Timmy Valenzuela to the inside. They go 3 wide, putting Ed Hewitt in the middle and Doug Ungari to the outside there in the 00. Let's see as they come down here into turns 3. Oh, Timmy Smith on the apron and pretty much just pushes right up the track. Lost it. Orlando Rivera getting a little bit of damage. Doug Ungari was all right at this point, and then here comes the 77 of Kerry Chim. Nowhere for Kerry to go, and he ends up hitting Doug Ungari straight in the door, sending him up and over. Both drivers going to be able to drive away from the accident here. Let's see if we can go back a little bit here and possibly go on board with the 77. Let's go on board cockpit view 77. See a wreck happening in front of him. Kerry, can you hear him off the throttle? And Doug Ungari just coming right down the track. Nowhere for the 77 to Kerry Chim to go. Drills Doug Ungari. You hear the motor was still turning, so he was going to be able to get her down pit road there. You see the 77 is back out there on track. He did use a quick repair. So he'll be able to carry on, as it looks like a couple drivers coming down pit road. Timmy Smith down pit road along with Troy Lent, Jamie Leach, Liam Sheen, Cold Day. Those drivers all coming down pit road, though. Colton Farrow going to stay out here along with the 05 of Timmy Smith. So 2 drivers electing to stay out here in the early goings. Top of your screen, going to have your top 5 as they run here after pit cycles. We're not sure. Sometimes we've seen Colton Farrow do this move. He'll stay out here under the first pit stop. He'll get a bonus point, and then he'll bring the 62 machine down pit road. Lights on the pace car are already out, so it looks like next time by we'll go back green flag racing. Colton Farrow will be your leader here. He will have Timmy Valenzuela, though, to his outside. You see Doug Ungari pulling off the track. Doug Ungari going to have to, unfortunately, start tail end of the field here, as he actually is 1 lap down after having to get lots of damage repaired to the 00. Everybody out there on YouTube tuning in, or even over on the iRacing.com page, MaxSpeedTV and the Salt Flat Racing League here appreciates every one of you viewers out there. So hit the like button here on the video. Also hit subscribe. Let these guys know that you appreciate what they're doing, what kind of, show they're putting on out there with the IROCs. Let us know in chat. Do you like the concept of the IROCs? I think it's a pretty cool idea. Something that Danny Valenzuela came up with out there. We're about to go back green flag racing. Colton Farrow finds himself out front with Timmy Valenzuela right there second. Troy Lent third. Timmy Smith in fourth. Jamie Leach fifth. And that rounds out your top 5 as you see the pace car coming down, waiting on the green flag. Not going to take Colton Farrow any time to get back to the loud pedal. He's on it early, and he's going to gap Danny Valenzuela by the time they get to turns 3. Troy Lent was on the loud pedal early. He's going to follow Colton Farrow right along there to the inside. So put Colton Farrow out front by, right now, it looks like about 4 car lengths over Troy Lent. Timmy Smith going to have to fall back. Like right now, he has a gap there. He could go down and cut off Tim Smith. He's not going to, though. He's going to elect to stay to the outside. You got a bunch of single file cars here through the top 13, 14 cars. Timmy Valenzuela, the only car right now inside your top 10 that finds himself on the outside in a battle with anybody. Everybody else single filed out right now. See right there, Liam Sheen to the inside as they go through turn 1 and 2. A little bit of bobble there by the 023 of Troy Lent that's going to allow the 000s of Timothy Smith there to get to the inside. They go down the backstretch, so they're going to go 2 wide here for the second place as Timmy's going to really suck up real big there to the 62 of Farrow. Some side-by-side action here at the front of this one, but pretty much 2 packs really forming. Like I said, you got to go all the way back to, I believe it's about William Crosland back here, and they're all but 3 wide, and Danny Valenzuela almost all out of shape trying to hang on to the bottom of that machine. William Crosland leading this pack back here. That's Crosland to the inside. That's Fadi Chavez on the outside, along with, I believe that's Ed Hewitt. Those gray cars out there solidify that those drivers have not ran more than 3 races in the IROC series. That's why they have gray paint schemes and do not have a color on that. You see a lot of movement out of these 4 drivers right here, kind of all over the track right now, trying to get a handle on these cars. Looks like Orlando Rivera also back here along with JP Brennan, Ryan Carlson, Michael Whitaker, Donald Bennett, Kerry Chim also back there, along with Doug Ungari. Out front, though, still going to be the 62 here of Colton Farrow. Timothy Smith still to the inside there, right underneath the 62. You see him really weaving and bobbing as they come down the backstretch. These cars are not meant to be ran at, 150 miles an hour as they enter the corners. And they're definitely not meant to be pushed, not meant to be bump trapped, as the front end of these cars have a point. The rear end, a little contact between Troy Lent and it looked like Timmy Smith. Timmy Smith coming off that inside lane just a little bit. Troy Lent, though, able to hang on to that purple 023 car on the outside, and he'll fight back. He didn't even touch the wall, but he was all sorts of out of shape going through the tri-oval. It looked like that had disaster written all over it. We're talking about those 7.5-inch tires as now Timmy Smith going to look to the outside here of Colton Farrow going down the backstretch. He'll jump up right in front of the 023 of Troy Lent and ask for Troy to give him a push after he just gave him a bump. That's going to allow the 51 of Liam Sheen to come up here into the dance. He's going to look to go to the inside here and possibly take 3rd place away. He'll take 3rd away right now from the 023 of Troy Lent, but that's about where he'll stall out for right now. Now he'll just have to wait and hope for an opening just like what Timmy did. And Timmy, he saw the opening and he went for it. Oh, more contact with Troy Lent. Liam Sheen, that's also going to put Timmy Smith up into the wall. Handful of drivers up into the wall there. That was the 023 of Troy Lent, the 000 of Timmy Smith. So those 2 drivers up into the outside wall in turn number 2. Just a little bit of a wiggle, though, coming from the 52 of Liam Sheen. That's what really pushed those 2 drivers up. That's going to break them up here at the front. Now it's going to be Colton Farrow, Liam Sheen. On the outside there in the highlighter yellow, Jamie Leach. And then it's Cole Day to the inside, and Jason Dobbs now finds himself running in the 5th position with Jeff Bergner in 6th. Robert Duvendak 7th, Chris Brown 8th, Wooly Evernham 9th, and Troy Lent. Oh, big contact there. Big contact. The yellow flag is waving. We're going to be going to a caution. There's another driver also towards the front. I'm not sure exactly who that was. Jeff Bergner getting turned around also, I believe. Kerry Chim, JP Brennan back here towards the back, along with Ed Hewitt involved in 1. And I believe the 51 of Liam Sheen there. Let's go back here on a MaxSpeedTV replay and see what happened, if we can find out what happened with Kerry Chim. Kerry Chim was running towards about the 17th position at the time of that. Let's go over top. 77 car going to be the one at the back of this as we see the 09 of... Oh, it actually started between the 25 of Fadi Chavez and I believe... Not sure who that was. You saw a little bit of connection issue right there. I believe possibly the 09 of JP Brennan. Let's see, maybe we can back it up and bring you something just a little bit better. There you see Brennan right there, but just ahead of them, Fadi Chavez right here, battling with Danny Valenzuela. That's for your 16th position at the time. Fadi just up into that tri-oval wall there, and a little bit of a bump from Ed Hewitt sends him up into the wall. Both drivers going around. See JP Brennan going for one heck of a ride there. Willie Evernham was also involved, but he was involved on the backstretch. Ooh, Orlando Rivera is something else we didn't catch there. We have to go a little bit farther back here and see what happened to Willie Evernham. He's right there, that blue car to the inside there. Oh, Robert Duvendak catching the left or right rear there of Jeff Bergner, and then Bergner and Evernham making contact down the backstretch. The motor is going to expire for driver 91. Danny Valenzuela barely squeaking through, and then Orlando Rivera coming in trying to weave the needle and unable to, as he'll get her turned around and he'll get her refired, headed the right direction. But right now, timing and scoring showing new leader out there. Crosland going to stay out here this time. He has 10 laps on his tire. Kerry Chim going to also stay out along with Ed Hewitt. So 3 drivers electing to stay out so far here under this yellow flag. 20 laps here from Charlotte Motor Speedway's in the books for the Salt Flat IROCs. Not quite halfway just yet. 75 laps is the distance. As now you see the 97 of Crosland going to lead those guys down pit road. It's going to be Crosland, Chim, and Sheen. All 3 of those drivers coming down pit road. So that's going to turn the lead over to, I believe, the 51. Liam Sheen. He's going to take over the lead here with Jamie Leach there in second. Let's see, maybe we can get a word in with the driver of the 51. Liam, you got a copy. Roger up here in the booth.
Hey, gotcha.
Yeah, you got me. You got a lot of commotion there in the background, Liam. But tell us how you found yourself out there in first place. Now, did you take 2 tires under this caution flag?
Well, I took 2 tires on the first stop to get some extra position, and then I got the other sides for it. I mean, I started getting loose underneath the 000 there, so I needed left sides after I took right sides. So, yeah.
Yeah, so now that you took those 2 tires on that first stop, did that really loosen the car up a lot? I know a couple drivers out there in practice were saying the cars were really tight, but you looked a little bit loose.
Yeah, it was kind of a little difficult because there were some guys that didn't even pedal all that last stop that shuffled their way to the front. So it was more difficult trying to get by those people that were just swirling around. So, yeah.
Well, now you find yourself out front. What's going to be the game plan here going forward?
Keep the lead.
Keep the lead, plain and simple, right like that. Keep the 51 out front. Well, hey, good luck the rest of the way. I think you're going to get the 1 to go marker right here, so we're going to get you back down here in chat, and maybe we can speak with you again later on in this.
I sure hope so. Not when I crash. Not if I crash, though.
Oh, we're definitely getting you if you crash.
Oh, boy.
Have a good one, Liam.
Yeah, you do.
Well, there you heard it from driver of the 51. All you got to do is keep it out front now. Keep it out front, and you're going to be all right, he thinks. Well, right now, as they sit there, you see Liam Sheen out front. Jamie Leach is second. Cole Day is third. Troy Lent fourth. Jason Dobbs finds himself in fifth with Timothy Smith there in sixth. Josiah Millens in seventh. Loud Pedal Duvendak is now eighth. Chris Brown is ninth. Cody Levitt is in your 10th position. Looks like all 25 drivers still out there on track. Guys that are a lap down, the 25 of Fadi Chavez. Willie Evernham is 2 laps down after having to take a tow when the motor expired on the 91. JP Brennan is also 2 laps down. And the number 14 of Ryan Carlson, also 2 laps down. Everybody's still out here on track, though, coming to take the green flag here once again. You see that Ford Mustang peeling to the left there. Liam not going to waste any time. He's going to go right back to the loud pedal right away. So you got a great jump there on that inside lane. Jamie Leach on the outside was not ready for that one, so Jamie's going to have to rely on the 023 of Troy Lent to give him a push. Troy's going to dump him. He's going to go to the inside. That's going to leave Jamie Leach all by himself there on the outside. You know, these drivers have a lot of laps. If anybody knows anything about the, the Street Stock series that runs here on iRacing, which this is the same identical car, you know, you start out turning laps here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So all these drivers have, I'm going to guess, probably close to 500 laps out here on this track. Doesn't matter how many laps you have on this track, though, cars dance around. And especially with hard-nosed veteran drivers like we have here, they want to try and, you know, give that little extra every time. And that's when you see these guys getting into the back bumpers and that getting a little bit squirrely. Right now you got Cole Day all over the back bumper there of Liam Sheen. As you see Troy Lent going to go now try and pop out there in front of Jamie Leach. He'll get that. So now Jamie Leach and Troy Lent will go nose to tail on the outside and see if they can make anything work there. Let's go a little bit farther back here. You got a battle with Robert Duvendak, though, in the 62 of Colton Farrow. Those two drivers battling it out there to stay inside your top 10 because Jeff Bergner and Danny Valenzuela are right behind them. Cody Levitt just kind of hanging on to the draft back here right now. Ooh, you see a little bit of a wiggle out of the 40 of Josiah Mill on that orange car right there. He got a little bit out of shape off the front nose there of Chris Brown. But those guys, if they stay nose to tail like they are right now, they will end up running down your leaders. There you see a guy to the inside. Not quite sure which driver that looks like. That's not Fadi Chavez. That looks like, well, not exactly sure. It was Ed Hewitt. So back out front here, though. Troy Lent now on the outside. And it looks like here comes the man. I'm not sure what happened to the 51 of Liam Sheen as we missed that. Liam now all the way back here running in your 8th position. He was your leader until we panned away for a moment. That allowed Cole Day to go to the front there. And that's going to bring Troy Lent side by side with him. Timothy Smith now back up front here. He's right there behind Cole Day. You see Cole in the dark purple car and Timmy Smith there in that aqua car. You got Jason Dobbs right there running in that 3rd place on the inside lane, but Troy Lent has the actual overall 3rd place on the outside lane, being pushed by the 88 of Jamie Leach. 27 laps are about to be complete here from Charlotte. So far, Colton Farrow's led 10 laps. Timothy Smith has led 10 laps. Liam Sheen has led 5. Cole Day has now been out front for 2. See that second pack has caught up. That was Josiah Millen and Chris Brown along with Colton Farrell, Robert Duvendak. Those guys have all caught back up. Now 13 cars here in this first pack. You got to go a little bit farther back till you find Michael Whitaker. He's leading he's got Willie Evernham behind him, but that's not a battle for position as Willie Evernham is still 2 laps down. You got to go a little bit farther back here. William Crosland leads this other pack. That's William Crosland in the 97, the gray car there to the inside, along with Donald Bennett in the 31 orange machine. And JP Brennan is also there. Doug Ungari's right there. Those 4 drivers trying to catch and run down this front pack. There you see him out front, though. Still the same pair here. Actually, it looks like Timmy Smith now. Sorry, Timmy Smith has jumped to the outside. We missed that as we were checking out the rest of the field here. Timmy Smith now finds himself battling again here at the front. Jason Dobbs, though, going to go to the back bumper here of Cole Day coming off turn number 4. You see everybody right there all the way back to your 13th position here at the front, now side by side. This is the pack racing that these Salt Flat guys, the IROC series, really, brings out. But the problem is, once you get side by side, yeah, this is a 1.5 mile track and there's lots of room. Actually, I just heard a car expire. Somebody might have hit the wall there. Might have been Kerry Chim. Actually looks to be off the pace. Might have blown the motor in the 77. Kerry Chim way off the pace. He's running in your 21st position. Not sure he's off the racing surface, but let's go back out front here. We don't want to miss a thing here with your leaders. Cole Day still out front. Timmy Smith right there side by side. There you see him still side by side, and then back there, Whitaker and Evernham still side by side. Sometimes, you do get these cars side by side. They can actually punch a bigger hole and go a little bit quicker. It's one of those things you're not quite sure how it really works, but it works. You see them getting a little bit sideways coming through the trial with some of those guys. Kerry Chim, you see him on pit road. He wasn't able to get the 77 back to pit road. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Jason Dobbs and it looked like Timothy Smith. That's going to wad him up. Big wreck. It looks like practically everybody except for possibly your top 2 involved in that one. See a car up and over. That looks like that's going to be Troy Lent is up and over. So the big one has happened. The big one happened at the front of it. You see the triple zeros there of Timmy Smith really tore up. We're going to have to go back and really examine what happened here. That happened right at the front of this one. Right there, you see Jason Dobbs just a little bit loose. Josiah Millen into the back of Dobbs, sending Troy Lent up into the catch fence. Josiah Millen up and over. A lot of guys piling in at that point. Orlando Rivera also involved. Doug Ungari, Jamie Leach. Looks like everybody pretty much going to be able to actually gather them up and drive them away, but a lot of tore up race cars. There you see it all unfold right there. Little bump gone wrong in the corner. Unfortunate for a lot of those guys like Timmy Smith and the 88 of Jamie Leach, Troy Lent. Those drivers were all up front along with Chris Brown in the 1. Now they're going to have to go to pit road. They're going to have to get a quick repair done. See all of them coming down pit road right now. It looks like the entire field is coming down. Here comes Cole Day. He's going to hit his pit box. Timmy Smith's going to come in. He'll have to use... He has that... You still the car just magically fix itself. These guys here with the IROCs, they do get one quick repair for if something like that does happen. They're going to be able to come down pit road, get the damage fixed. You see the one there of Chris Brown is really tore up. He's in his pit box. Looks like we did have 2 drivers elect to stay out. That's going to be the 5 of Timmy Valenzuela along with Jamie Leach. Those 2 drivers are going to stay out here. As Jamie Leach was involved in that wreck, and now he finds himself out front. Well, actually, sorry about that. Timmy Valenzuela finds himself out front with Jamie Leach second. See, maybe we can get a word in with one of those drivers. Actually, I see him coming down pit road, so we'll give him a moment, and then we'll get to talk with him. We'll watch him come down pit road. Jamie Leach is in that bright yellow highlighter car. He did not lead a lap, as Timmy Valenzuela is still going to stay out there, so Jamie Leach is actually going to come down, put 4 fresh tires on it, try and see if they can hammer out a little bit of that damage. As he's not going to hammer out any damage, he's just going to go ahead and use his quick repair here. Well, now that the man is in his box, Jamie Leach, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Jamie, looked like good racing there towards the front of this, as everybody in your top 13 was side-by-side racing. What just transpired out there from your point of view?
Looks like somebody got loose up on the top and went around.
And that's somebody going
Kinda
around.
collected me.
Yeah, it not only collected yourself, it looked like it collected just about half the field there on that one. We saw you just had to use your quick repair, so now for the rest of this race, you're just about halfway. What are you going to have to do here to save the car?
I'm just going to take it easy and see what it's like around here in the back.
Yeah,
Try to work my way up.
You talk about the back, but I mean, is the back really the place to be? We just saw that big wreck, and it took out not just everybody at the front, but it took out some of those guys towards the back. So are you safe anywhere, or is this sort of like a Daytona or a Talladega? You can get caught up no matter where you're running.
Oh, you get caught up anywhere. The racing's so tight here that it can happen at any time.
Well, try and keep that highlighter yellow machine. It's yellow, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, the highlighter yellow. Try and keep that car clean as can be. I'm sure that everybody can see you out there. We can see you on screen clear as day. But try and keep the machine clean and finish this one out.
Will do. Thanks a lot.
Well, there you heard it from Jamie Leach. I mean, it's good racing, just unfortunately he was wrapped up in that little scuffle, so now he's going to be back into your 16th spot. The guy out front now, let's see how this pans out. We have rookie Timmy Valenzuela. Timmy, one of those guys who are actually newer to iRacing than most that are in this series, as I believe he's only been on iRacing for approximately, I think it's about 3 months. Now he finds himself out front with a bunch of veterans like Cole Day, Timmy Smith, Cody Levitt, Robert Duvendak right behind him. So let's see how, I mean, are those guys going to play nice, or are they going to try and shuffle Timmy real quick? Because Timmy's out there on 13-lap old tires. Orlando Rivera to his outside is on 8-lap old tires, and everybody else behind him, fresh tires. See, you saw the green flag wave, and Timmy Smith was right on the loud pedal real early. He was not going to sit around to find out who was going to go with him. He's just going to gap the field, and they're gonna run him down. Don't worry, especially the likes of Cole Day there with Timmy Smith there. Those two drivers, if they can get hooked up, they will go right back to the back bumper there of the 05, and then wonder what they will do once they catch him, because they will catch him. You see, they've already ran him down. As you see, the 05 not able to hold the inside lane there with those older tires. Those two drivers just going to go right around the inside, and they're going to bring the 62 with Colton Farrell right along with them. And then that looks like that's a bright green car. Am I seeing things as Danny Valenzuela right now about to be inside the top 5? You find the two Valenzuela brothers once again inside your top 5. Remember, last week they battled it out at the end of this one. Danny coming away with the better of the Valenzuelas. And right now they find themselves side by side once again. See, only 4 cars on the outside lane there as Valenzuela's wild. They go side by side coming down the backstretch here now into turns number 3 and 4. Danny to the inside in the bright green. Timmy to the outside in the blue Meanies car there. Looks like Danny, though, with the fresher tires and the inside lane, he's going to be able to prevail, as Timmy looks like he's really having a hard time hanging on to that thing. Timmy's still hanging inside your top 10 right now, but him and Orlando Rivera, who are the two drivers who stayed out, are falling like rocks through the field. Orlando looks like he's going to try and go to the inside now and work his way around Timmy. That's going to work for driver of the 54. Orlando now going to move to the inside and get around Timmy Valenzuela. Orlando Rivera, one of those drivers from actually not inside the United States. Orlando Rivera liked to rub it in earlier because I'm from Pennsylvania. Quite a few drivers in this race from Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York. Even like we have a driver from Maine and a Canadian driver. Orlando Rivera liked to rub it into all of us cold northerners here that he's from Puerto Rico and it's sunny and it's warm. Well, Orlando, I hope you're soaking up the sun rays down there. And right now you find yourself in 9th there, man. Keep it up. Out front, though, still going to be Cole Day. Now Timmy Smith going to look to the outside all by himself. Nobody onto the outside back bumper there of the 000s. You see a big wiggle actually out of that car. Don't worry about 000s of Smith, though. He is used to hanging it out, running the high line. He's one of those dirt guys. Actually, just watched it last night wheel a 410 sprint car around, or actually, sorry, it was a 360 sprint car, I believe it was. Timmy really known for his 360 sprint cars and his 410 sprint cars, and he stumbled across this league and said it was an absolute blast, and he's out here right now. Finds himself as the points leader coming into this, but right now he finds himself second to the man in the inside there, that purple car, Cole Day, being pushed by that bright red car, the 62 of Colton Farrell. Right now it looks like that's William Crosland making his first shine here towards the front of this one. Williams started all the way back in the 14th position and has worked his way up now inside the top 5. Finds himself running in the 4th position. So have a day, young man, at the front. Looks like we have a car to the inside there that looks like it's going to be the 707 of Michael Whitaker. He's 1 lap down. He's going to pull to the inside. He'll let the whole field go by. He'll ride that inside lane. Now he'll jump to the outside to let the rest of the cars by. Out front, oh, William Crosland going to go be taken 3 wide here by Duvendak. Duvendak. Oh, boy, it gets tight coming through the tri-oval. Crosland up into the outside wall. Robert Duvendak kind of put himself 3 wide there with Danny Valenzuela, and then they both slid high. Once you get the car locked together like that, sometimes it's going to spell trouble for all parties involved. Fortunately for the rest of the field, only Crosland going to be having the issue, so that's going to move Crosland from inside your top 5 all the way back. It looks like timing and scoring is going to show him in the 11th position with a bunch of damage, battling with Liam Sheen right now, and Jamie Leach is also back towards the back of this one. Back out front, though, Timmy Smith still to the outside by himself. Robert Duvendak, one of his teammates, not able to get there just yet. 43 laps here in the books. Looks like we're on our longest green flag run here of the night. So your tires are going to start to be really wearing down. It's talking about tires and wearing down. Timmy Valenzuela, who started as your leader here on this restart finds himself all the way back here in the 18th position right now. So he is really falling off on those tires. You see him back here holding on. Fadi Chavez looking to the inside there. So that's 18th and 19th right now on the track. Out front, though, Danny Valenzuela goes to the outside there. A little bit sideways coming through the tri-oval. There's Danny Valenzuela. He's following the likes of Timmy Smith and Robert Duvendak there on the outside. He thinks possibly staying on the outside lane might be able to save the tires a little bit, and I'm going to guess he's not wrong as we are working later into this run. As you see a big bump there from the 62 of Colton Farrell right to the back bumper of Cole Day. Experienced drivers like those two are able to receive those bumps and hang on. A little bit of a more of an inexperienced driver might have tried to correct the wheel there and might have looped him around. This time at the line, Cole Day is going to lead his 17th lap now at the front of this one. You see Jeff Bergner back there. You saw that maroon car. He's on the outside lane. He's following Danny Valenzuela on the outside, followed by Josiah Millen. Doug Ungari, who was a lap down early on because of that one of those first wrecks, now finds himself running in the 10th position. So a bunch of these drivers now kind of migrating to the front of this race. Looks like right now we have 3 drivers off track. That's going to be Willie Evernham, Kerry Chim, JP Brennan. Both of them have loaded it up and they are headed off to next week. Don't tell the two guys about next week because they're out here battling at the line. Who's going to have the momentum at the line? Give that lap lead again, once again to the inside lane there, the 37 of Cole Day. He was able to hold it down there and receive just a quick little nudge from the 62, and that allowed him to lead another lap. Right now, though, checking on that inside lane, Cody Levitt also right there being separated from his teammate, 62 of Colton Farrow, separating both of those drivers. I'm sure Cody Levitt would like to get up there and lead a lap here or possibly get to the back bumper of his teammate. Oh, big slide that time. You saw him really sideways. Jeff Bergner really had to go to the outside. Oh, now Danny Valenzuela is turned around. Danny Valenzuela sliding through. Donald Bennett's involved. Another yellow gonna fly here. Danny Valenzuela having a good day running. Oh, Danny's day just got even worse. Looks like Fadi Chavez not seeing driver of the 04 sitting out there, and he's gonna really hit him hard, and that's gonna send those drivers now possibly looking or scattering to pit road and going to be looking to take a fast repair. You see the big wiggle there from the inside there, the 38. That's going to send Jeff Bergner up to the outside. And as Bergner went to the outside, it looks like Valenzuela might have tried to check up just a little bit, and then the 40 of Millen just getting into him. Valenzuela taking a simple spin, a little bit of contact to the outside wall, not putting a lot of damage on, and just wait for it. There it is, the 25 of Fadi coming in there, hitting Danny. It's going to put a little more damage on the 04 there. Let's see if we can back her up just a little bit here, and let's ride with Josiah Millen here. On board here with driver number 40. You could see it. You could tell right there from the perspective of the driver camera here for the number 40 of Millen. Looks like Valenzuela just checked up, and unfortunately, Josiah Millen not able to check up in time. Everybody down pit road here, though. Looks like Timmy Smith going to win that battle off pit road, though. Looks like Cole Day had to nosedive. That's going to give Jeff Bergner the second position coming off pit road with Cody Levitt there third, Cole Day fourth, Robert Duvendak is fifth, Colton Farrow sixth, Jamie Leach comes out in eighth, Josiah Millen losing a position or two there, now finds himself in the 8th position. Michael Whitaker is 9th, but I believe he was actually the wave around recipient, so that will drop him through timing and scoring. Doug Ungari will go 9th with the 97 of William Crosland now coming into that next position. Well, let's see. Maybe we can get a word in with one of the drivers who was involved in that wreck. Let's see if we can find driver of the 04, Danny Valenzuela. Danny, you got a copy? It's Roger up here in the booth.
Hey, how's it going tonight, Roger?
Well, I think right now it's doing a little bit better up here in the MaxSpeedTV booth compared to how it is behind the wheel of one of those IROCs. Tell us what just transpired out there.
It looked like somebody got a little tight going through 3 and 4, so we checked up a little bit, and I think the people back behind me just weren't expecting it, so I got tapped coming through that corner, got loose, and then sitting there waiting for everybody to go past on the front stretch. Someone, I didn't even catch who it was, just came and tagged me while I was sitting up against the wall.
Yeah, did you think, though, while you were turned around after you tapped the outside wall, you were going to be, in an all-right situation, a little bit of damage done to the car, but you were going to be able to rebound? How much damage did it actually do to you?
It was looking pretty bad. I went ahead and used the one fast repair we had and got it going again. But no, I thought after spinning and just sitting against the wall, I figured I'd be all right because it didn't feel like that hard of a hit just going into the wall, but that car coming by is kind of what made me have to use it.
Yeah, now with we're going to go back green flag racing here with under 25 to go. You should be pretty close on fuel. You should be able to get it with these caution laps. What's going to be the strategy? Are you going to have to pretty much go to the outside and try and make some moves here, go 3 wide and get back to the front, or are you going to ride this one out and have a points night?
I like that outside line a lot better than the inside line. It just, I don't know if I'm just not handling the corners right or what, but this car just feels way tighter than it has in practice and everything else. So I'll be on that outside line and just waiting to see what happens.
Well, talk about the outside line. I think your brother just cut a line through the tri-oval grass there trying to get some camera time, so you might want to talk with him. I think something might be going on with your brother.
He might be losing his mind back there. We never know what's going on in his head.
Well, just a reminder, last week out of the Valenzuela rivalry, you did win. Don't lose the rivalry this week because you guys are battling back there for position. But hey, good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, thanks a lot, Roger.
There you heard it from Danny Valenzuela himself. Just a little bit of a checkup. And the rest of the guys behind him were not expecting it. So side by side here on the restart, it's going to be the 000s of Timothy Smith on the inside. Jeff Bergner going to be to the outside. And then you're going to put 2 teammates right next to each other. Cole Day to the inside and Cody Levitt on the outside. Colton Farrow is going to find himself 5th, along with Robert Duvendak there in 6th. Josiah Millen 7th and Jamie Leach 8th. Waiting on that pace car once again to come down and get off the track. There you see the Mustang down and away. Timmy Smith not wasting any time. He'll go back to the throttle right away. Green flags waving. We are back racing once again here from Charlotte. Timmy Smith getting a great start. That's going to allow there the 37 of Cole Day to get a good start. And then you saw Cody Levitt right there. Also dropped to the inside. That's going to leave Jeff Bergner, odd man, out on the outside. But don't worry, Loud Pedal Duvendak also going to wind up that number 12 machine on the outside. Seeing if Robert Duvendak can really get to the back bumper of the 21 of Bergner and make that outside lane work. Everybody else pretty much down to the inside. Right now you saw, it looks like the 12 there of Duvendak. He's going to go to the inside. He's not going to be out there just yet. Once he gets up there towards Bergner, expect driver number 12 to possibly pop out a line there. You see him taking a peek. First lap led back to green flag racing, going to be led by the 000 there of Timmy Smith. Bergner still hanging on there side by side with Cole Day. Looks like Cody Levitt not quite able to hold the bottom lane just yet. Once again, everybody tuning in out there on YouTube or the iRacing.com page, we enjoy and we like that. We like that you're out here watching the IROC guys with us as they are battling side by side for the second position. Day to the inside, Bergner on the outside. But go ahead, give that a thumbs up for this series, for the IROC series. Go ahead and give us a sub here over at MaxSpeedTV because you can come back every Wednesday night here and find these guys door to door like they are out here tonight. Under 25 to go. Next time by, we'll actually have 21 laps to go here in this one. Timmy Smith still leading that inside lane. Jeff Bergner really able to hold strong there on the outside, just being able to suck down on the quarter panel there of the 37 of Cole Day as they work through the corners, and he's able to keep himself there. Cody Levitt, who's right behind there in that 4th position, a lot of damage done to the front end of that 38 machine, but he's able to, when he stays in the draft, he's able to stay right there. Not sure how effective that car will be if there's no draft, but right now he finds himself in a good position. Saw a little bit of separation from the bottom two there of Cole Day and Timothy Smith at the front of this one. Look at all those Skittles, the M&Ms, the Easter eggs, whatever you want to call them. Look at all those colors of the rainbow coming through the tri-oval. Looks like Chris Brown towards the back of that one. He's going to pull it into pit road as he's running right now in your 20th position, 1 lap down. Driver 1 not having the night he wants to have, not having a good start to the year here with the IROCs. 20 laps to go now. Coming up on one of your driver spotlight here tonight, Jason Dobbs. Oh, Danny Valenzuela just about up into the wall in the tri-oval, but Jason Dobbs right now finds himself running 13th out there on track. Chris Brown bringing that number 1 machine back out on track. Good side-by-side action all over the track. Jeff Bergner, though, really able to hold that outside lane right now. Is he saving the tires, and will that outside lane come in before this one is over, as we got 18 laps to go this time at the line? I believe there's a car up into the outside wall there. Not sure exactly who that was. That looks like it's possibly going to be the... I thought it was the 00, but it's going to be the 25 of Fadi Shamez bringing out a yellow here. He'll have to go down pit road, and not having a good night for driver 25. Let's go back here and take that MaxSpeedTV replay once again and see what happened to Fadi. See Fadi Shamez right there. It looks like Troy Lent trying to go through the middle with Michael Whitaker on the inside as they come off turn number 4 there. Fadi finds himself on the outside. Oh, Troy had a wiggle going in. Danny Valenzuela right there, and Danny going to sneak through somehow, some way. But a little contact there with Troy Lent as Troy was trying to come through the tri-oval there on the inside lane. See if we can back her up here just a little bit, and as they go down the backstretch, there you go. Let's go on board with driver of the 04, Danny Valenzuela. Take your next level racing onboard camera. There you see they're 3 wide right there out front. Bam, into the outside wall, and barely Danny Valenzuela going to scoot through there with no damage on that machine. That was one of your next level racing onboard cameras with driver of the 04, Danny Valenzuela. How about that onboard camera with driver of the 04, Danny Valenzuela? Let's get some hashtag next level racing there on that one. That was a next level move by driver of the 04, but it looks like a couple guys going to come down towards the back of that one. Looks like Jeff Bergner in the 21. He's going to come down. He's going to have to give up a lot of track position, as he was able to be inside your top 5. Possibly driver 21 knows something we don't, but Timothy Smith's going to find himself out front here. He's going to stay out front. Let's see, maybe we can get a word in with driver of the 21 as you saw him come down pit road. Jeff Bergner's Roger up here at the MaxSpeedTV booth. You got a copy?
Loud and clear, Roger.
Loud and clear. Jeff, what's going through your head right now? You gave up a top 5 running position to bring the 21 machine down pit road to put 4 fresh Goodyears on her.
I decided to give a little fresh rubber, so if I have to start pushing and stuff, I can hold better than these guys in the front.
But now that's going to put you, it looks like you're going to come out of pit road here right now in your 15th position. With only, 15 laps to go here in this, are you going to be able to make up that track position? It looks like it's been kind of hard to pass out there tonight.
It's going to be difficult. If you can get good runs and separation and cars on the outside and stuff, you can make up some time.
Well, you're going to have to put it to the outside, run the outside lane, and pretty much send it. Well, good luck the rest of the way, sir, and we'll put you back down here into the jail cell that we found you in.
Perfect. And I hope it's looking good out there today.
Well, the Skittles are out there dancing around, that's for sure. But there you heard it from the driver of the 21, Jeff Bergner. He's out there running around. He thought maybe he'd come down, put some 4 fresh Goodyears on her. That's going to be able to allow him to hold the line a little bit better towards the end of this one. Maybe he can work his way around the outside. He also brought down Danny Valenzuela, who you saw just barely miss the 25 of Fadi Shamez. Right now, it looks like Jason Dobbs is back on your lead lap. He'll join the tail end of this one. So 18 cars on the lead lap. 3 cars out there a lap down. That's Chris Brown, Fadi Shamez, and Ryan Carlson all right now 3 laps and 5 laps down. Then already loaded the cars up on the trailer. The 51 of Liam Sheen, the 91 of Willie Evernham, the 77 of Kerry Chim, and the 09 of JP Brennan. All 4 of those drivers have elected to load it up and take her home tonight. Timothy Smith still out front here, though, from Charlotte. He's been out front for 22 laps, and that's just going to continue to count as he finds himself out front. Cole Day, who's right there in the 37 machine, part of the Deeper Darker Do team. Him and Cody Levitt, both teammates there, 2nd and 3rd. And Robert Duvendak also up here inside your top 5. And Jamie Leach has now made his way back into your top 5. Colton Farrow finds himself and the 62 machine right there, the red one on the outside here. in the 6th place. William Croslin in that gray machine made his way back up inside the top 10 after being pushed up in the tri-oval. We're getting the 1 to go this time by. Josiah Millen for Keystone Motorsports finds himself 8th. Ed Hewitt finds himself 9th. And Orlando Rivera finds himself comfortably in the 10th position. Doug Ungari is 11th. Michael Whitaker in the 707 is 12th right now, with Donald Bennett in the 31 there in 13th. Timmy Valenzuela right now battling better than his brother, finds himself 14th with a bunch of damage. Jeff Bergner, we just heard from him, he is 15th. Troy Lentz 16th. Danny Valenzuela 17th. And Jason Dobbs going to round out your 18 cars on the lead lap. Right now it looks like actually Fadi Chavez in the 25 is off track in the garage trying to get substantial damage done to the 25 machine, get that fixed and out front. Working through his turns 3 and 4 here once again, getting ready to get back up to full song and dance. It's going to be in the hands of the 000 here of Timmy Smith, Cole Day, Cody Levitt, and Robert Duvendak. There you see one heck of a little divide. 4 drivers, 2 different teams, all at the front here. Timmy Smith on the loud pedal early. He's going to hit the gas pedal and go. He's going to bring, looks like Cody Levitt right there to the inside. What's going to happen there, though? You got two teams, 2 different teammates. Jamie Leach really trying to drive it in there to the inside of Robert Duvendak as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Duvendak, though, going to be able to make the outside lane work a little bit better than Jamie did on the inside. Jamie didn't really have anywhere to go with Cody Levitt there on the inside. Right now, though, Cole Day going to charge ahead going into turn number 3. You see him coming through the tri-oval this time by. We're going to get the 12 to go. Oh, looks like Timmy Valenzuela up into the wall. Dobbs getting into him. If Dobbs can save it, we're staying green flag racing. Unfortunately, they're going to be the yellow. You saw it towards the back of this one. Dobbs getting into the back end there of Valenzuela, and that's going to turn both those drivers around. They're going to be able to continue, but the yellow is going to fly here from Charlotte. Let's see if we can go back and see exactly what happened here between the 985 of Dobbs and the 05 of Valenzuela. Another late yellow going to be thrown here. See Valenzuela there in the brighter blue car right in front of Chris Brown in the pink car. Dobbs on the outside. Looks like Valenzuela just misjudged the corner and came right down across the nose of Dobbs. Dobbs unable to save it. Backs that car into the outside wall. Yellow flag going to fly here. Cole Day does have the lead right now, though, over Timmy Smith. And that's going to put... It's going to be Cole Day, Timmy Smith, Robert Duvendak, Cody Levitt, and Jamie Leach in your top 5 right now. It's going to be interesting to see if any of these drivers are going to come down pit road or if all of them are going to stay out there. Does track position really matter that much? Jeff Bergner checking up on him has only made up 1 position, and that was getting around the 05 of Timmy Valenzuela. Let's see this time by. Is anybody going to come down pit road? It looks like your leaders are all going to stay out. Top 10 is going to stay out. Here comes Michael Whitaker. Nope, Whitaker fakes. He's going to stay out. Everybody staying out here on track. It looks like Dobbs and Valenzuela, though, those 2 drivers are going to bring those 2 machines as they spun out. They're going to come down pit road and put 4 fresh ones on them. You see Dobbs there coming into his pit. Looks like he overshot it just a little bit. Let's see, maybe we can find the driver of the 985 as he's on pit road right now. Jason Dobbs, you got a copy. Is Roger up here in the booth?
I'm here.
Well, you can just hear it in the voice. Rocky Top is starting to fade. Tell us what's happening out there in the closing laps.
People can't drive through the travel. No, I don't know. It's rough.
Just rough. The trial, we said it in the beginning of this race, it could be a factor here towards the end of this one. We've seen it actually gobble up and get the better hand of a couple of these drivers out there tonight. Is it slick in the tri-oval?
Yeah, it's just kind of hard to maneuver everybody when you're 2 and 3 wide down the front stretch, and then they're bouncing off the wall and everything else. So it's like a demolition derby.
Well, you should be good at those, right?
Yeah, hey, I just want to say sorry about that one wreck. That was all my fault. Sorry to all the guys. That was early in the race. That was all me.
Well, there you hear it from Jason Dobbs giving an apology. It's a class act by yourself there, Jason, but we'll get you back down here to a channel and try and save the rest of that car here for the end of this one.
Yeah, she's pretty much junk.
Well, there you heard it from the 985 of Jason Dobbs. Just sometimes not being able to find the tri-oval just right. You've seen it by a couple guys out here tonight. Right now, though, Jason Dobbs is going to have 4 fresh tires, and he's going to be at the back of this line. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to work his way back through the field. But Cold Day right now finds himself up in first place. Timothy Smith second. Robert Duvendak third. And then it's Cody Levitt there in fourth. Jamie Leach is fifth. Colton Farrow sixth. William Crosland right there in your 7th position. Ed Hewitt finds himself in 8th. Josiah Millen 9th. And Doug Ungari is running in your 10th position right now as they run. Should get the 1 to go this time by at the line. One to go. Lights on the pace car are off. We will go back green flag racing. Let's check a quick number here for caution. 6 cautions for 19 laps here from Charlotte. We've had 7 lead changes and 8 laps to go. So time is running out here. Can Timmy Smith try and get around the driver of the 37, or is Cody Levitt going to come out with victory? Or how about Robert Duvendak? Colton Farrow's been towards the front here. Jamie Leach, what about the dark horse himself? Ed Hewitt, he's running right there. Can Crosland or Ungari or Millen or Rivera come up and sneak one out of here yet here tonight? Put themselves in victory lane for the first time here with the IROC series. We're about to find out. Running here down the backstretch with the lights on the pace car are off. Just waiting for that slow Mustang to make the left turn off turn 4, and we can get back to racing here with the IROCs. There you see it. That looks like the Mustang going to make the left. You saw it make the left. Now, Cold Day already on the loud pedal. He's going to go way early and try and get a jump, but Timmy Smith was really expecting that Robert Duvendak able to hold serve also. See him coming through that tri-oval. There they go. Looks like Cody Levitt dropped down there behind the 12 of Robert Duvendak, right in front of the 88 there of Jamie Leach. So let's see what happens here now that you got, a teammate there of Timmy Smith on the outside and Robert Duvendak to the inside. Is Duvendak going to jump to the outside, or is Timmy Smith going to be out there on a island all by himself? 7 to go, 6 to go this time by at the line. Battle is towards the front here. It's go time for all these drivers. You see Cold Day getting real sideways off the corner. Let's see who's going to lead that lap. Give that lap to Timmy Smith that time at the line. 6 laps to go there. Six laps to go, and you see everybody hard charge into turn 1 and kind of slide up. Here comes Jamie Leach now on the outside in the highlighter yellow machine. Jamie Leach finds himself in 4th. A timing and scoring loop right there. Now finds himself into the 3rd position. In the closing laps, you always see the 88 machine coming to the front. And once again, you see the familiar faces of Levitt, Smith, Duvendak, Day, Leach, all at the front of this one once again. 5 laps to go. If a caution flag were to wave now, we would most likely be done, and we'd have to end this one under yellow. That's not what we want to see. Is there 3 wide towards the back here? I think that's actually Donald Bennett, Michael Whitaker, and I believe that's Troy Lent go 3 wide. Now they're going to go 3 wide with Bergner towards the back of this one. So they're racing all over the track, not just at the front, but they're also racing out the back here. Donald Bennett going to be able to hang on to the middle. Bergner going to be able to pass him. Bennett's going to get down there right in front of Valenzuela. But Bergner going to go to the inside of Troy Lent. Let's go back up front here, though, at the line. Give that one once again there. Timothy Smith going to lead that lap. So he's really making that outside line work there with Jamie Leach right behind him. Robert Duvendak not really pushing Cold Day, it seems like, on the inside lane because he knows that's his teammate to the outside. We do have an individual points championship, but we also have team championships here with the IROCs. Something that IROC series didn't really have, but it's something that they implemented here to try and team some guys up so they can get a couple more colors out of the rainbow. There you see it this time at the line. Who's it gonna be? Give that lap to Cole Day. Cole Day leads that lap. Timmy Smith second. Robert Duvendak third. Jamie Leach is now shown fourth. 3 laps to go here from Charlotte. The outside lane is kind of broken apart. They're crashing behind them. We're going to end this one under yellow. It looks like Cole Day is going to come home as your winner, but a bunch of guys back here towards the back flipping around. Dobbs is up and over. Ungari's back here. So we're going to end this one here from Charlotte under yellow. Let's go back and see what happened as a bunch of these guys were actually up inside your top 10, I believe. Millen was involved in that one, I think, but Ungari was for sure. It happened right at the back of this one. Ed Hewitt, Ungari. And it looks like the 54 of Rivera. Looks like Rivera goes to the inside of Millen. Oh, Millen was sideways there coming through the tri-oval. Ungari just actually, oh, Ungari loses it all by himself. That's going to catch Orlando Rivera. Jeff Bergner comes in. Troy Lent, Jason Dobbs, a bunch of those guys involved. Jason Dobbs up and over, and he's not singing Rocky Top anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Dobbs probably going to have a concussion after that one. Let's go back and see if we can go on board with Jason Dobbs. Let's go here and take one of your next level racing on-board cameras out of the pack here. From the point of view from driver of the 985. See it all happening. And right there, Orlando Rivera, Jason Dobbs meet head on. Nowhere for Dobbs to go. There you see it, though. It looks like we're going to get the one to go right here. We are on the final lap. Cole Day is going to walk out of here with a victory. As you hear, one of the drivers' motors expire towards the back of this field. Cole Day going to walk away as your winner. Looks like Timothy Smith going to come home second, as they have Smith and Duvendak at the top of the order here switched. Looks like Jamie Leach is going to come home fourth with Colton Farrow in your fifth position. So what a race we just saw here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We saw 3 wide racing quite a few times with the IROC series. That's just one heck of a show that these guys are able to put on week in and week out. So here, after the checkered flag is going to wave as they work themselves, I believe this is turns 3 and 4 right here. Once they work themselves across the start-finish line, we're just going to step away for a moment. We're going to get to your Team McMullen post-race interviews. That's going to consist of the driver of the 37, Cole Day, the 000 of Timothy Smith, and the number 12 of Robert Duvendak. Your unofficial results there scrolling away. So we're going to step away for just a moment, and we're going to be back here with your Team McMullen post-race interviews. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have your Team McMullen post-race interviews here with your top three. Coming home in your third position here tonight, driver of the number 12, Robert Duvendak. We have him up here with us. Robert, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Well, we're doing great. It looks like you're doing great yourself. You started all the way in your 8th position. You didn't lead any laps here tonight, but you worked your way up into the 3rd finishing position. So you're going to walk away with another top 3. We were just talking here off air. It seems like you and your teammate there, the 000 of Timmy Smith, always find your way to the front. How do you guys always just find your way to the front?
Well, when you work well with someone, it just happens. I don't know. Tim is a great drafter and pusher, and whenever he gets up behind me, it seems like we can just go to the front no matter what.
Yeah, you found yourself there at the front there with a couple late cautions. Were there any communication between not only you two, but the other two that were towards the front here late? That was going to be the 37, A Cold Day, and the 38 at Cody Levitt. You guys were actually crisscrossed if you looked at timing, or not timing and scoring, but on the grid there. You know, one to the inside, one to the outside, and vice versa. Were there any communications of trying to swap lanes, or were you guys pretty much set where you were?
Well, we noticed how Cole and Cody were working on restarts there for the last few before that last one, and I was telling Tim that we need to do everything we could to keep one or the other diving back down to the bottom and keep getting in those two together. So our goal was to keep them separated, and if we could get together and push each other, then we're going to take that. But just never got the opportunity to get up there behind him or have him get down in front of me.
Yeah, not able to, but you're going to walk away here with a 3rd place finish from Charlotte. You know, Rob, we're going to give you the mic here for a moment, and we're going to let you give your shout-outs. Anybody that helps you on the number 12 machine here week in and week out?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Team McMullen for coming on board this season. As a veteran myself, I hear they do a lot with the VA loans, so I appreciate that. I'd like to thank you for taking your time out of your night, broadcasting this for us, and putting on a good show. I'd also like to thank my wife. It's laying down upstairs who's pregnant right now, giving me the time every Wednesday night to come out here and battle with these guys.
Well, you always got to give the wife a shout-out. You know, those pregnant women, they like to hear their name, too, out there on the broadcast. Well, congratulations, Robert, and hopefully next week you can back that up here with another top 5, top 3.
Let's hope so. Time to go make some popcorn to make her happy.
Well, go make your popcorn. We'll get here to your teammate. We also caught up with the 000s of Timothy Smith. Timmy, you started up front here. You started on the pole tonight. Unfortunately, you lost 1 position after leading 26 laps, and you bring that 000 home in the 2nd position.
Yeah, overall, really solid race. Can't really complain. Again, that second to last restart, seeing those two teammates behind me trying to work together, so I was kind of trying to play the same game and keep him on the outside of me, and then the caution dropped, and it gave Cole the lead. But overall, not a bad race. Really good points today, so I'll take it.
Yeah, another good points night for you. You came in with the points lead as 15 points over Jason Dobbs, and Jason Dobbs having a little bit of troubles tonight. He finished back in your 16th finishing position, actually 17th finishing position. So what does that mean for you? Now your points lead is going to be extended here, and we're going to head to a couple tracks that, you know, maybe are a little bit unconventional. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. Next week, we're actually going to go to Irwindale. It's going to be the first test of a short track. How do you feel like you're going to do heading off these 1.5 mile, 2 mile tracks over to a short track?
Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, this drafting game is it's fun, but be nice to just be able to win one on just raw speed, you know.
Yeah, we know, like I said earlier in the broadcast, you know, we saw you last night out running the sprint cars, and tonight now you're out here running asphalt street stocks. Tell us how your dirt background might actually be able to help you out.
Well, I think it helped me when I got wrecked running second about halfway through the race. I was really crossed up. I don't know how I saved that thing. So hopefully some of my dirt experience helped me out there for sure.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it did help you. But, Tim, we're going to give you the mic. Anybody you got to thank that helps you out on the 000s week in and week out?
Definitely Robert for bringing me on the Aquaholics race team. So I'm kind of a lone ranger out here. So shout out to him for bringing me on. Have some people to help me out during the races. Everybody at Casey Kane Racing on the dirt side that helps me out. WickedCushion.com for sponsoring all the iRacing I do, and everybody at Max Speed and Salt Flats and everybody that sponsors it. I appreciate it.
Well, Timmy, coming home second here tonight. Maybe next week you're going to be able to do one better, but we'll talk to you next time around. Another great finish by driver of the 000, Timmy Smith. But your post-race winner here, I've caught up with him, the Team McMullen, your premier VA lender victory lane. Your victory going to go to driver 37, Cole Day. Cole Day, tell us how you did it out there tonight.
I think luck has had a lot to do with it. Just being in the right place at the right time when that caution came out.
Yeah, luck sometimes when the cautions fly, it just matters where you are, and you were the guy who just had your nose ahead of Timmy Smith there. Tell us on that restart, as we heard from the other two, you know, you had your teammates, all four of you were up there. How did that kind of play into factor on those late restarts?
Definitely just me and Cody were really trying to get together so we could work together, and just keeping them two apart. I mean, we were basically just doing the same strategy, but just, you know, opposite. And luckily it was able to work out in the end.
Yeah, if this one would have went green the rest of the way, do you think you still would have had those two teammates, or, you know, could have the outcome possibly changed here? You were on the inside.
I think I would have had a real good shot. It seemed like all night long the inside was the way to go, and as far as I know, I don't think there was really much passing on the outside unless someone had made a mistake or just had a great run, great help. But since Robert was behind me there on the bottom, I think it would have been harder for Timothy to get by me on the outside there.
Yeah, he wasn't able to really get around you on the outside. But hey, congratulations, Cole, bringing home the victory here from the Northern Graffix 75 from Charlotte. Anybody you gotta give a shout out to here?
Absolutely. I gotta thank all the drivers out here every week, making this league as fun as it is. All the admins who put it together, you up here in the booth every week putting on a great show, all the fans out there listening, out there in chat and everything, and then also our great sponsors who are able to help us keep this league going, keep it great, and providing great entertainment for everyone.
Well, Cole, once again, congratulations here from Charlotte. You're going to walk away with the win here for the Northern Graffix 75. So that's going to end our post-race interviews here. Once again, we got to thank all of our drivers here with the Salt Flat guys. We got a couple sponsors we got to run down through here. We got the LFDO Motorsports. We got to thank them for coming on board. We got to thank Team McMullen. That's your winner's circle here. Team McMullen, your premier VA lender. Also got to thank Sim Racing Studios for all the work they do also here with the IROC guys, along with Little V Books. And also you got to thank Next Level Racing. They came on board here last week with the IROC series. So welcome to the IROC family. Hashtag Next Level Racing. Well, here from Charlotte, we saw one heck of a race for 75 laps. A couple cautions in between, but a lot of 2-wide racing, 3-wide racing here from Charlotte. That's going to about do it here for us. You're scrolling at the top as being your finishing order. Next week, we do head to a short track, Irwindale. 150 laps at our first short track of the season. So tune in next week, Wednesday night, here on MaxSpeedTV and the iRacing.com page. So for everybody at Salt Flat Racing, iRacing.com, and here at MaxSpeedTV, we will catch you next week. Same place, same time, just from Irwindale.